Good evening, ladies, gentlefers, and my lovely NBs. We're here live and alive for game number 4 of the FBA Finals here at Precinct Arena. My name is Marcus Baylor, and to my right is Ryan Eastman. How are you doing, dude?
Doing excellent, Marcus. Though this might be the last game of the series. It's an elimination game already here in game number.
Yeah, this has really been a huge turn of events here in game number 3. That is usually the deciding factor of where a series is going to go, and it does seem like everything is going the Bikers' way at this point after a really dominating fashion here in the late surge of game number 3.
Yes, and I mean I think the bikers they have. I would argue that they could be playing free right now, but they really are the ones who have something to. Yes, Lorraine obviously getting blown out 4 in a row would be a horrible way. At the same time, Lorraine has nothing to lose. Every game's an elimination game. You don't hold back at all anymore.
Yeah, this is going to be one of those situations where every possession, every decision is going to matter in this moment. And they're going to have to do a little bit more than just relying on Anika Tumpo. Someone else has to step up there for the Firestorm.
Yes, I think the team is ready to take the court. Let's cut down courtside.
And now we see Dakota in the black in the Firestorm rocking the white. And we're going to get that tip off going over to the Firestorm.
Of course, they're going to go to Tonpo to start with, as she was the engine last game, and going to draw a quick contact against Boyer. That's something we haven't seen. I don't think I have a single player. I have to look at the stat sheet. I don't think anyone's fouled out in this series thus far, which, I mean, is a positive, I'd say, but same time means maybe they need to be a little bit more aggressive attacking the.
I mean, it shows the discipline between both of these teams, right? As the second one does get missed, and Sylvius with the rock trying to get into the paint and will get the finger roll. But it is something that you're going to probably have to watch out for. Lorraine is, yes, they do need to be a lot more aggressive here in game number 4, but they have to be careful as well. You don't want to risk any of your key players fouling out, as June not able to get the mid-ranger. And now River able to get a nice dish over the Lawyer.
I think you had that flipped.
Yeah, my bad. But with
Lawyer
the
to
assist
River
from
in the
Lawyer,
post.
yeah. But with the assist from Lawyer, River giving the lead up to 3, 4-1.
And looking at the stat sheet, yes, game number 1 was the closest we had to anyone fouling out. We had 3 bikers finish the game with 5 fouls. And
Ooh, wow.
Lorraine had 20 more free throw attempts than the bikers, but they still lost by double digits. That was actually the only reason I felt that Matt Lewis and I felt that the Firestorm even kept it close was due to all those charity stripe trips. And even then, they could not get one to foul out. I think it was Sylvius, Lawyer, and Altave maybe had 5 fouls. It was a lot of fouls between the bikers, but no foul outs.
Well, speaking of Sylvius, with that earlier 3, extending the lead up to 4. And now Chaiwan able to answer right back with a 3 of his own.
Yeah, the Pine Martin might be a bit of the vehicle to get going. He's a bit of a stretch for himself. Not as prolific as Bonacic has been this season, but a chance for Lorraine to take a lead back. Oh, Tompo couldn't do it, though, from the corner 3. Unable to get to convert.
Now the Bikers hoping to extend here. His Lawyer handed over to River. The 3 ball is not his game. And now the rookie getting a little double team here, but it's not going to matter with the fadeaway.
I mean, the heights were combined. It needed 2 of them to, actually have a chance of contesting that, especially with a fadeaway from the draft. And, oh, K1 got over, but dishes to Griga for 3 and tying it up at 9 apiece.
And that was a great game plan there from Sabrina Lucifer. I'm sure they've played that to a T, trying to get an open fur. And Edwin, very dangerous beyond the arc. Not something you want to leave open as Lawyer with the miss.
Well, when you have Chaewon driving to the paint like that, of course the defense is going to collapse. And, oh, Sylvia's tipping it away from Mora on the pass into the paint. Now it's the rookie one-on-one, fast break. Bit of a Euro step off the glass to retake the lead. And both teams coming out firing early here. And That's what Lorraine needs. As Kriga, immediately the veteran on the other end, answering back.
Yeah, this is what you really want to see from the Firestorm, trying to stay with the pace as much as they can in the early going. And we do get a foul being drawn against Coyote, so Matthew will go on the line for 2.
1.
Already with 7 points in this game, make that 8.
It was an and 1, Marcus.
Oh, it wasn't. Oh, my bad.
Your old school 3-point play.
Yes, of course. Look at you.
Hey, I still want the 4-point. I want the only 4-point play possible. Actually, you know what? I take it back because you could get a flagrant 2 on a shot attempt and get free throws because of that. Make it so. No, we don't want any flagrant 2s in this game. Please,
I would hope not.
No above the head elbows as Riga picking it up. He's been quieter in the couple games, but coming alive here with elimination on the line.
Yeah, being seen as one of the leaders here. Edwin, long-time Firestorm. Kind of a little bit of a swan song, part of the pun.
But I mean, he's a goose,
not going to be good there for Dakota's end.
Marcus, we need to work on your puns. You're gonna have all the angry. You're gonna have an angry goose after you.
Related.
Oh yes, you know I'm just gonna make a grizzly bear joke, talking about a polar bear next time. See how that goes.
Oh, okay. Well, in any case, we do have everything's all tied up right now with Dakota. Looking to try and get the lead here, but a nice block there from Coyote. She had a couple of blocks here in this series already, really showing that you cannot underestimate her height. And speaking of...
Well, unfortunately, the foul kind of negates that powerhouse of a block. I think Luca could have gotten away with not initiating contact from behind. But either way, center the line for 2 and converts. And we see Edwin, playing the small forward position. A bit of a change, trying to match up, I think, height-wise against Valerio, who has been a bit of a threat, especially on the defensive end as well. We've seen blocks from him. Series. He was matched up against Tonpo. River forced to shoot as the shot clock expires from the free throw line and converts.
Yeah, not much you can really do there defensively. Shaiwan defending very well is just something that you gotta have to give props to River.
Tonpo matched up against Elijah. They've already substituted in one of their bench players, the Bikers, and gets beat by Tonpo. Bit of a dribble move to get to the paint. They're going to let River bring up the court, which does leave a lot of three-point threats. I mean, I feel like they put a lot of pressure on River to kind of take over some ball handling because it opens up 4 players off the ball on the perimeter, which is just a nightmare to defend.
Timeout. Yeah, but now we have a timeout for the Firestorm, the first one of the game for them, as we're tied up 18 apiece. Both teams doing very well in the early goings of this game with about 5 minutes left in the first quarter.
Yeah, I think they wanted to get some subs in. They wanted to bring in Davenport, which, we've seen their starting lineup rotate a few positions as Tonpo finger roll. Hey, she's getting the help this time, and this is a far closer first quarter than I think we've a couple of the games. First one here at home. Sylvia's trying to retake the lead, but it's River's second chance, crashing the paint after the screen to clean it up.
Yeah, that shows the versatility that Dakota has. And even though those rare chances of the 3-point missing, you do have a couple of great bigs to be able to crash and burn. And, oh, what a great block from behind there. I believe that was Sylvia's with the block.
Now shot clock got a problem, forced to pull up, and no good on that. I don't want to say rush shot attempt, but it was a reset. And on the other end, Sylvia's the 3 to push the lead back in the Bikers' favor. And I mean, we have 4 minutes left to go in this first quarter, and I think we're on path to break 30 for both teams with the steal there.
I mean, we've done that the last go-around here in game number 3, and we are on pace to definitely do that as Coyote able to intercept, but Dakota snatching it right back, and Sylvia's wide open with the lane. Get the easy figure roll.
Yeah, that's a couple of poor ball handling from the Lorraine Firestorm. That's 2 missed out possessions. Now the Bikers taking that lead up a bit. And Tompo. Ooh, another turnover. 3 in a row. And I think Lucifer is steaming on the sideline right now.
Yeah, now Valerio trying to slow things down a little bit, as the pace certainly has picked up these past few possessions. Now Valerio gets the screen. Looking to dish over to River.
Very dangerous pass.
Yeah, very dangerous pass indeed, but it does end up going well for the Bikers. And look no further, they are up by 7, and we get a good block there from Silvius once again. This time dishing it over to Valerio.
Yeah, now we're starting to feel the Bikers pull away. Double team on the rookie again. Leaves Wolfgang open for 3. No good, and River not able to clear up that miss. As a fast break the other way. K1 with the dunk to slam it down. First points in quite a while for the Firestorm.
Yeah, much needed basket. There was an opportunity for the Bikers to probably run away with this, but not this go round. Now Wolfgang getting a lot of passing here on the perimeter. Gets the screen. Nice dish over to the rookie who lays it up and in. And I have to say the synergy between Luca and Silvius has been really spot on this entire series, as we get another nice dime there.
Yeah, I mean, it is working out this matchup against Moore, and we might see substitutions with Clark coming in at some points. Davenport for 3. Off the bench, started earlier in the series, but able to provide a bit of a spark there with the 3. An immediate timeout coming in from the Bikers. They'd be looking to sub out their rest of their starters as the first quarter is getting close to wrapping up here.
And honestly, that is a wise thing to do, obviously. Even though this is a crunch time scenario for the Firestorm, you can't really expect them to play all 48 minutes.
And the Bikers. Ooh, big block. I'd say the Bikers don't necessarily, they don't have to go all out. They have time. They can still grind this out at home with 2 more potential home games in their future. As Rain closed the gap here, only 2 points now.
Yeah, now the crowd finally getting back into it as River dishes it over to Gruder, who lays it up and in.
Yeah, deer-to-deer assist and quick plays in the post. The Bikers have definitely been utilizing that post. Firestorm need to make an adjustment. Ooh, almost stripped there, but Clark corrals the tip ball and puts it in immediately before the defense has a chance to react.
Again, Clark, really nice addition there for the Firestorm. Has been in a couple of teams already in his 3rd year in the league. And now finding himself into these finals. We'll see how well he can play here. And we get a nice pass over to Clark. Clark almost loses the ball there. Finds a way to corral it again. But ends up losing it to Gruda.
Ooh, good block there. Ooh. Saving that opportunity as the quick shot. Ooh, that was so close. That was just a little too high on that half-court heat. I mean, hey, you salvaged the situation where you're about to be down by 6. 33-29. Not as explosive as a first quarter as I was expecting with the pace they had put up. But, hey, both teams, all engines firing in this game number 4 of the finals.
Yeah, but that's going to be the big thing, is how well can Lorraine keep on pace to potentially try and take one, and we get a shooting foul being called against Chaiwan. So River will go on the line for 2 to start off this 2nd quarter. The first one's going to be good.
Yeah, I'm not even sure where River was going to take the shot from. He was already on the other side of the basket when he got contact against him. Oh, no good on the second. Will walk away with 50%.
And yeah, and you could already see the free throws kind of starting to play a little bit. We've seen a few missed on both ends and a huge block, but it will be called for the foul as Chaiwan will go ahead and get a couple of free throws of his own.
Yeah, I mean, big block from River on the other. He hasn't been subbed out yet. We might see chance to rest him. Nope, they're gonna keep him. They're playing a little bit of chicken here. They want to see how long Chaewon's gonna be out on the floor, and once he's out, maybe finally subbing River out. So now it's a game of chicken.
Yeah, both of these players hasn't really had any moment of break. They've been playing for the entire time, and River going tit for tat, laying it up and in, already with 15 points. Perfect for the field goal. And Firestorm looking for something as Krishan hands it up to Clark and will get the and one opportunity. And with River's second personal, they might have to consider sitting him for a little bit, because you don't want to be in a situation where he may get into early foul trouble.
I mean, he can afford to get to 3 in this quarter. And, I mean, it is, again, not terrible. No Lawyer. I mean, it is early in the second, so theoretically. But they also haven't sat him at all. He's played 13 minutes, 2 fouls in 13 minutes. It's not ideal. If he does get a third quick, I can see them going, okay, need to get you rested for that second half.
And now Clark has the size advantage and will take advantage of it with a mid-ranger.
Yeah,
Clark already perfect.
I was say poor Baltave. The Puffin not matching up against the Husky really well as River spin move rejected by the Husky, in fact. And the crowd is going wild as they have a chance to retake a lead here.
Yeah, right now the Firestorm out rebounding the Bikers at the moment. We'll see if they continue to Davenport wide open for 3, and it's going to be in and out, but Edwin able to go ahead and draw the foul after picking up an offensive rebound.
Yeah, tying it up, 36 apiece now. Bikers got to see their first deficit in quite a while in this game. And the bench has to answer back.
Yep, ever since the mid of the first quarter, we now have the Firestorm taking the lead. We'll see if the Bikers answer right back as River and Chaiwan once again going tit for tat. A little bit of a double team there, but instead we'll see the one-on-one, and Chaiwan gets the better of it this time. And Edwin able to take advantage with a fast break point.
And again, this is why I think River, they didn't want to sub out. Oh, Clark intercepting that pass. K1 gonna be the one to bring out the court the other way. One-on-one rejected into the hands. Off one of the scoreboard keeper, I think. But it's going to remain with Rain, as this is why I think they're keeping River out. Again, Chaewon, they need someone big that can stop him, and I don't know if Mishima can do that. Clark.
Yeah, now great dish there from Chaiwan to Clark. And right now, Chaiwan really being the star of the show in the early goings of this game as Baltev, first time scoring.
Now going to have the ball on the other end. Some players getting ready to sub in. Chaewon for 3 is good. Chaewon absolutely lighting up, and the Bikers do call timeout. I think they decided River, okay, needs to rest no matter what they do. Chaewon has been too strong of a competitor right now, and he's pulling even the defense out to the perimeter with his range. Oh, River staying in.
Ooh, very interesting. I think that the worry about Chaiwan has become too great, as they have been really on fire for a majority of it. As River finally able to get on the line, but this time it will be against Clark this go round. The first one being able to be good. Go ahead and wait for that second shot, and again another miss from River, and that's going to be a little bit of a concern, as both teams missing a pair of free throws so far into this game, as Anika able to come back into this game and continue doing what she's doing.
Yeah, I think we're going to see both teams starters get back in, even though River really needs a chance to rest at some point. I mean, I don't know, the Deers working on stamina as Baltay from beyond the arc, no good. We're going to give it to Chaewon. Fast break to Carnell. Rejected by Lawyer into the crowd.
Great transition defense there from the Bikers. That could have easily been a quick layup, but Lawyer showing his quickness. As we still have plenty of time left on the shot clock for the Firestorm, so a play can be made. As Tampa almost loses the ball there, but instead will still continue to commit, but it's not going to be good.
Driver, and a quick play to Yoshigahara, and fouled on the way up by Che-Wan for his second foul. Honestly, we might see both. Oh, we're going to keep it both coaches. Bree and Lucifer. They want to see this matchup between the two of them and see who can come out on top.
Yeah, that does seem to be the case. Neither Fur has sat out for at any moment in this game, which is going to be interesting to evaluate as we're now getting close to that midway point of the second quarter. Clark.
Oh, he steps out of bounds.
Out of bounds, surprisingly.
I mean, he did bump into River, and you know, I can understand bumping into River. Might knock you a little bit out. He's giving, even though Clark has 3 inches on him, he's giving up about 70 pounds.
That is fair, and Clark able to go ahead and answer right back with a quick board. Greg heads it over to Tompo, who shoots for 3, and it's good.
I mean, Lorraine is showing up.
Yeah, and I believe this is the largest lead here for Lorraine, and if they get a stop here, they can potentially crack the double digits. We'll see if that's going to be the case here as Valerio heads it up to Lawyer, who's deep for 3. Instead, we see Baltov shooting it out, and it's going to be in and out. And now the Firestorm have a chance to extend it to double digits, and they will do it with authority.
Yeah, Che-Wan with the huge dunk. Is again Bikers' 3rd timeout. This is the most timeouts we've seen from the Bikers get used. Dupree wanting to talk to his team constantly before things get out of control.
Yeah, and I think that was going to be the question here. Can Lorraine answer when the clock strikes at midnight? And they will do just that with the opening, but of course the Bikers starting off strong here after the timeout. But it doesn't matter on the other end as Clark brings it down. And so far, the Bikers trying their best to stay within a reasonable distance, but another 3 not going to go in. And now, as a Bikers fan, you might be a little bit worried here as Che-Wan got a lot of passing. It ends up with Tonpo, who dishes into the paint, and Clark laying it up and in. And right now, Clark already 12 points coming off the bench. One of the harder paws here for the Firestorm. Now River. Lots of passing here for the Bikers as Yoshigahara has it. Now hands it over to Sylvius with the mid-ranger, and it's good.
Yeah, back to double digits. I mean, pulling at least a 10.
Yeah, and even in this moment, as we will not get that one go down for Kyoto. And the Bikers able to finally answer back as they cut it back within single digits, 55-47. And honestly, if you're the Firestorm, you will take that a little bit. You have the lead that you need, and you want to try your best to keep that distance as far as long as possible, as Anika Tonpo able to get it by her defender to lay it up and in.
Yeah, you saw a reason why they're keeping River out there. 18 points already. Ooh, ball stripped from Lorenz. Tonpo, fast break the other way, dishing over to Griga. Oh, but Sylvius intercepts the pass that was for Che-Wan. Now Sylvius, the speed of the Weasel can't be matched as he keeps it a single-digit game now with that lay-in.
Yeah, and honestly, that's something you have to be careful with if you're Lorraine, as we do get a timeout here from the Firestorm, probably discussed to try and slow things down. We understand the urgency, but you do not need to push the pace to the point where you're making very blatant mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was a little bit too much of they were focused on picking up the pace. It was a fast break. So they saw it broke down. So like, okay, let's get to Chae1 on the perimeter for a 3. And Sylvius just jumped on that lane. And now it's a question of, okay, have a lead. Don't let silly mistakes chip away at it.
Yeah, 100% as Tonpo able to lay it in. Keeping that double digits once again with the Bikers. Looking to answer right back is Valerio.
Hey, you know who I don't see on the floor?
River.
Yeah, they finally let the poor...
and Chiron is sitting as well. So they both players finally getting rest. And now we'll see how the adjustments come out as the Bikers do score there, is the deficit's starting to cut down a little bit.
Yeah, that was Wolfgang with a big 3 there after the miss from Sylvius. The second chance opportunity is Tompo. A mid-range pull-up there. And I am going to be curious to see, I mean, who between Tompo or Chae1, if who is on top. I think it is right now Chae1 with more points as Lorenz. Bit of a speed from the Kangaroo Rat, able to spin into the paint off the change in direction for an easy lay-in.
Yeah, and we haven't really said Valerio's name quite often in
there
this
we go.
game.
Block.
Valerio with a huge block as I say that. And right now, Sylvius looking to dish to Yoshigahara, who lays it up and in. And so now, because of Chae1 sitting, we now see the Bikers cutting the deficit all the way down to 5. Remember, they were down by 10.
I think it was 12 at one point.
Yeah, it was a double-digit lead regardless. So the Bikers find a way to slowly come back, which is something which was a little bit of a theme here in game number 3, as both sides were able to have double-digit leads at one point, only for the other team to come right back with it.
I mean, it was the second quarter that I feel like was, if I remember correctly, was where they fell apart, was it not?
It might have been. It's either that or the third quarter. I can't remember the details, but right now, Sylvius starting to pick up the pace a little bit with a couple of drives.
In either way, 90 seconds to go in this second quarter. Lorraine looks to have the advantage here as Chae1 back on the floor with River. They did not let him rest for long as a step back jumper immediately putting up points. And the field goal percentage is leading in the Firestorm's favor, but the turnovers have been against them as Boyer using the screen to drive to the paint and getting that easy bucket to fall.
Yeah, but right now it seems that Chae1 was going to be probably the Batman in this game in particular to Tombo's Robin, as we get a quick block there from the Bikers. Lawyer just get over to Sylvius, who goes for 3, and it's good. Cutting this deficit down to 2 with under 40 seconds left in the first half.
At 22 points already for the Weasel, putting up a bit of a clinic to at least keep them close. I think River's the other one leading the way. I think between the two of them, they've scored over 2/3 of the points. Oh, a good rejection from Lawyer on defense. May not be lighting it up from offensive end, but he is shutting down Tonpo, which is, you know, the fur that has been a problem in this series for them.
100%. I think it might be a case where Lawyer's starting to figure out Tonpo a little bit as the series goes on, and that's really been the big issue here, is that Tonpo has been able to do whatever she wants on offense against him. And right now, the Bikers able to lay it up and in to cut the deficit down to 3.
They get plenty of time, though, for the final shot from Tonpo. A 3 herself. Ooh, rattles out, but to end the first half, Lorraine has a 3-point lead over the Bikers, 68-65. An offensive clinic for both teams here tonight.
Yeah, for sure. And honestly, you got to give credit where credit is due to Chae1. We've been wondering all series of who's going to be the other Firestorm to step up and play to the pace of Tonpo, to be that other problem. And for this game in particular, Chae1 has been able to do that.
Chai, not Chai. Chai.
Okay, excuse me.
Look, we're gonna get lambasted. I'm pretty sure it's Che Wan, not Chai Wan. It's not Chai T.
Look, I'm going in like 150. So if I misspoke some people's names, I do apologize. As we go ahead and get into the stats here of the first half.
Marcus Brayler.
That doesn't affect me that much. And of course, looking into the stats, of course,
4 players
Anika,
actually with double digits for the Firestorm. And hey, I think that's why they have the lead right now.
yeah, and that's really the big answer. You don't want to over rely on Tonpo here. As we go ahead and look into the bikers, it has mainly been Sylvius and River for the majority of this game.
Yeah, 42 points between them. And the field goal percentage above 50% for both of them. But hey, the rookie 3 for 3 as well. Maybe start continuing to rely on the Giraffe if he's gonna have a hot paw, even though maybe limiting himself to only clear opportunities. Is Valerio missing that first shot attempt, and K1 able to get the putback off the second chance opportunity.
Yeah, right now the Firestorm doing very well to keep some kind of cushion, even though it has diminished quite significantly here. As Sylvius laying it up and in, bringing the deficit down to 3. Already 26 points. On the pace to possibly hit 40 by the end of this.
Hey, I mean, on track, and Griga for 3.
Ooh!
I was talking about Che1 and Tompo maybe leading the way, but it looks like Griga might be the one showing up for the Firestorm today, with all those 3s raining in from the Goose.
Yeah, and there's another name that I would like to be able to call more, and that is Valerio, as Luca able to lay it up and in. Valerio has been very quiet so far into this game after a couple of very good performances here in this series.
I mean, hey, perhaps they've made an adjustment on the Firestorm side, and that's why they're going more towards Sylvius in this. It's kind of that pick your poison. Start over to defend one fur, and it just opens up someone else on the perimeter.
And right now, Luca, beyond the arc, looking to find a way to get into the paint against Jaewon. And will do just that, laying it up and in.
5 for 5 now from the floor.
Yeah, and the Bikers, if they get a stop here, has to potentially tie this game up for the first time here in the second half. And they have the opportunity to do so.
Why not take the lead?
Take the lead outright.
At 24 in the first half, and might be on track for a 50-point game, honestly.
Yeah, if he continues to play as he is, with close to 60% of field goal percentage. A miss there from Jaewon. And we get a dish to Lawyer into the paint, but it's not going to be good there. Now Edwin hands it over to Tompo. Tompo gets rejected there by River.
Yeah, and that was great help defense from River. I don't know if you saw, Lawyer actually jumped on the... Oh, great block from the Greek. I was going to say, Lawyer tried to jump the passing lane, and that left open an opportunity to get to the basket, and River shut it down. But that time, Tompo, instead of driving, there's a bit of a step back, pop it up, and over Lawyer to retake the lead. And, I mean, hey, we have a contest here in the third quarter.
Yeah, now Luca trying to get into the paint and will get that old school three-point play with the lead as well.
I mean, he has to convert this free throw, which he will. I'd hope, if your big can shoot a 3, you'd really hope they can shoot the free throw as well.
I mean, that is the hope. And right now, Edwin not able to lay it up and after a great dish into the paint. Certainly caught the Bikers off guard. Now Lawyer trying to get into the paint, but draws the foul against Tompo, which is surprising. And now the first one is not going to be good, though. But the second one will go down here for the Bikers, as now they're up by 3, 78-75, with 8:20 left in this third period. Anika getting a dish over to Mora, brings it back, has to do something with it, And Tompo finds a way to open lane, but Lawyer blocks her. And now, Silvius looking to try and answer right back to extend, but will draw the foul against Coyote. And he will go on the line for 2, and the fans are not happy about it.
No, they're not. I mean, they just watched their bikers come back from double-digit slowly, and now they've retaken a 5-point lead. This is a repeat of game number 3, and hey, your team is facing elimination, so if the Boo Birds need to fly to let the refs maybe have a slight chance of not calling a ticky-tacky foul next time, hey, do it. Nika, 22 points now.
Yeah, I mean, Nika trying to do whatever she can to keep the Firestorm within this. And now, the Bikers have Valeria wide open for 3, but it hits the side of the rim.
Yeah, that's rough, and you hear the crowd getting going. They're trying to will their team. They need to give their team energy to stay alive in this contest.
Yeah, right now, Tompo once again with the rock. Has been defended well, but this time will be able to draw the foul against Lawyer. That'll be his second personal of the night. As Anika does hit the first.
And Nika's been pretty distant from that free throw line. And hey, second foul for Lawyer, but again, foul trouble really only came in game 1. We're already in the 3rd quarter without a single fur over 3 fouls, or at 3 fouls. Silvius left a little wide open, steps inside for that 2. I mean, they have to make an adjustment if they're going to guard him, and we're just going to let him keep scoring at will.
Yeah, right now another miss there from Tompo, and that's going to be my big concern is the over-reliance of Anika, and we get a shooting foul against Taewon, and that'll be our first fur to get their 3rd personal of the night.
Yeah, I apparently cursed Chaewon there with that call. But hey, River missing that free throw makes it worth it, honestly. If you're going to foul anyone on this team, I think River is a safe pick. Oh, double!
I mean, and missing, ooh. I was going to say,
lie.
that's the big thing is River has struggled here at the free throw line. 2 for 6 now. And that's probably going to be something to rely on as we get to the later half. And another block there from Lawyer.
I mean, Lawyer is rejecting everything right now. Is Onicic down in the post. 7 for 7. Perfect from the floor for the rookie. No pressure apparently affecting him tonight.
No, not at all. He has been doing excellent within the paint, getting those nice dishes. And speaking of dishes, Mora able to go ahead and lay it up and in, as these are going to be some very key baskets as we're getting into that final stretch here in the 3rd quarter. Silvius is over to Luca, and again, Luca has been doing very well against Mora, but this time will draw the foul against her.
Hey, that's how you keep your field goal percentage perfect. Just go to the line. Doesn't matter then.
Yeah, and Luca getting a couple of lucky bounces there for those 2 free throws. So the Bikers find themselves up by 5 as the Firestorm will go ahead and call a timeout.
I mean, halfway through the 3rd quarter, Lucifer wants to have a chance to talk. Honestly, the other side, Dupree hasn't, after using that 3 timeouts, I think in the first 12 to 16 minutes of the game, hasn't felt like he needs to talk to his team besides that halftime break. And more, be careful, you're really hugging that backcourt line there.
Yeah, you don't want to make these kind of mistakes, but now Anika, again, another miss. So even though she has been getting her points, I will say that she's been getting them very inefficiently.
Well, inefficiently for her, at least.
Yeah.
I think she's still shooting like 48% from the field. I'll have to see at the end of the game. But, ooh, River letting the shot clock burn way too far down. Takes almost a desperation 3 there.
Yeah, I don't know what the game plan was there in that moment. I'm not sure.
I think it was just too slow to develop.
But it waited way too late as we see that Chaewon is going to punish that.
18 points for the Martin now as I think the plan was that River was going to get a screen and he was going to drive to the paint, but it just took way too long to develop and heard the shot clock ticking down as Sylvius missing that pull-up jumper from mid-range here. Chance for Lorraine. Campo going to pull up from the corner of the arc. Field goal percentage for both teams about equal, honestly, and it matches the scoreboard.
Yeah, and honestly, I think for any basket to go in there, it was going to be great there for Tampo as the Bikers have a chance to take the lead here as Tampo going full speed ahead to lay it up and in.
And see, that's just great control of the body. You saw her there, looked like she was going to pull up, and you saw Wolfgang bite into it. He took a step forward, and that's when Tampo leaned in and kicked into another gear. There's no catching up, but ball almost lost there. A dangerous pass, but the rookie corrals it. 9 lead changes, 7 ties tonight, and I think we're going to have at least another half dozen more easily in this game. Is a huge rejection from the rookie off the glass.
Yeah, huge denial there against Mora, but now Kyoto trying to go ahead and corral it back, but it's not going to be good this time. Sylvius with the rebound, and right now, Valerio, who has been awfully quiet, hands it over to Stevanovic, and it's good. The rookie playing very well here in game number 4 as the Firestorm is down by 3, and they will call another timeout.
I'd be careful. They only have 3 left. They talked like what, 2.5 minutes ago, Marcus?
Yeah, but I think it really is showing the urgency that the Lorraine has. This potentially is their last shot of trying to extend. Well, this is their last shot in trying to extend it, but they want to continue playing and try and have one more trip over to Dakota as Chewan not able to hit that this time, and Dakota has a chance to extend it here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can't take timeouts into the next game. You have 14 minutes in game left, and right now you'd want to be up by double digits right now to even start feeling way too long. 3-second offensive violation, a costly turnover there for Bikers. You see that replay of that great block. I think Luca's gonna make sure that's in a highlight reel of his.
For sure. And now the Firestorm looking to cut this deficit down or perhaps tie it with a 3. And right now, Kyoto going one-on-one against Sylvius. That hasn't really done very well for her, but instead dishes over to Taiwan. Taiwan going over to Xavier, who dunks it down.
Yeah, Che-Wan gonna get the assist, and Clark with the foul for the and one. And it takes a shooter's bounce to tie us up at 90 apiece.
Yeah, and whatever came out from that timeout, that resurgence from the Storm is clearly showing here. Is right now the rookie hands it over to Baltave. A lot of dishing here, but not a lot of time left. Yoshikahara going for a prayer, and it's not going to be good.
And I guess here's a question. How both teams have a few starters sitting right now resting. Che-Wan and River obviously not one of those pairs. Che-Wan takes the lead back for Lorraine. How long do you let your starters rest? Obviously for Lorraine, you feel like you want to put them out quick as, oh no, River loses the ball. Che-Wan, no one around. Doesn't even go for the dunk, just a layup. He doesn't want highlights. He wants to win.
Honestly, I cannot blame him whatsoever. Try to keep that energy for the final quarter as the Firestorm find themselves up by 4. River trying to get into the paint, but is defended well and will not be able to get it in. And right now, seeing those two battle it out in the post has been nothing but entertaining. And we get a quick lay-in there from Che-Wan once again. And we are looking to see a couple of, at least one starter to come in for the Bikers, potentially.
Yeah, I mean, a 6-point lead has quickly been built thanks to those turnovers, even though the Bikers come back from more. But again, they want to finish this cleanly. They want the sweep. And oh no, River losing it again against Che-Wan. Fast break. Davenport can't be caught. The Lioness will elevate for a dunk with 3 seconds left to go in this quarter.
I think they're going to go ahead and let the clock run out. No, we're going to see a final shot here, and it's not going to be good. But if you are a Bikers fan, you're probably sweating here as they find themselves down by 8, 98-90.
Well, no, right now they're playing casual. They're saying, you know what? Hey, it's okay if we lose this. And that's got to be that's a dangerous mindset. You know, you can't, yeah, sure, okay, we lose this game. Now Lorraine goes on the road. What happens if they win on the road? They come back home. They win on at home again. Now it's a game 7 after you were up 3-0. And Lorraine pulling away double digits now once again. And you're right, Lawyer back on the floor. Defensively, he's been dominant, but offensively, he's been a little bit quiet tonight.
Yeah, and that's been the big concern. Valerio also in there as well, who has had a quiet night. And now Lawyer able to get a quick basket. But you have to imagine either Valerio or Lawyer will have to go ahead and step up and play in the clutch. As right now, Davenport being guarded against Lawyer. This is over to Edwin. We get the screen. Quick dish to Xavier, and Xavier able to go ahead and get the easy lay-in. Going up against Gruda, I believe.
Yeah, they're trying to get as much rest as they can. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a timeout from the Bikers at some point. They'll want to bring in starters and not necessarily wait for the dead ball situation. Fast break. Griga was a bit quieter in that third quarter. It's going to be Tompo to finish it up at 12 points now. And if I was Coach Dupree, I'd maybe call timeout, just get your starters back in. 10-minute game. Game number 4. You want to close out here. Don't want to let any momentum start building. Yoshigahara with a 3 open finally gets it to fall after a couple misses earlier in the game.
Much needed 3 there for the Bikers, as they're now back within single digits, but they need to get a stop here, and that is going to be the case by Xavier Clark, able to clean up the boards, but Maria not able to go ahead and take advantage of that.
Yeah, wide open dish. And, ooh, Valerio, good spin, but they find Lawyer in the corner. Oh, can't get it. And the tip-out attempt from, I believe that was Valerio, not able to be corralled by the Bikers. Oh, loose ball. Davenport saves it, though. Couple missed opportunities.
Tompo will draw the foul against Lawyer, and Lawyer cannot believe that whatsoever.
I mean, he knows these are almost automatic, and it's going to be back to a double-digit lead now.
Yeah, that's kind of been the big concern. Both teams doing very well behind the cherry stripe. And
say
of
that,
course, as I say that, we get a miss there from Tompo. That'll be the 3rd missed free throw here for the Firestorm. So,
meanwhile, the Bikers only missed 2 were from River on the same shot attempts.
Yeah, we get a nice little lay in there for the Bikers, cutting the deficit down to 8. And with majority of the bench players on the court right now, as Maria not able to get that 3 ball, and the Bikers bench will have to do a lot here as Valerio not able to get that 3, and both Lawyer and Valerio have been very cold offensively within this contest.
Yeah, and Cornell, high arcing teardrop. And obviously with the way that they played Chaewon and River, obviously they need the minutes rest on the side. And I get that, but at the same time, Silvius, Luka, get as much back in as you can, as Yoshigahara will go to the line for 2. Some more substitution. Not starters necessarily all back in yet. As back to 6 points. It's a close game, but still feels like it's in Lorraine's control right now.
Yeah, and Lorraine wants to keep it that way as Trishawn not able to get the lay-in down this time. Baltev with the rebound. Valerio hands it over to Lawyer. Both players have been fairly quiet offensively. Instead we get a dish over to Luka, who has been on fire within the paint, but this time not able to get it down and not able to convert on the putback. And I believe those are the first couple of misses from the rookie.
Might be a huge defensive stop by Yoshigahara there. Akita Inu hit that 3 earlier, and now just stop on defense. Bikers a chance. Luka trying to get a bite on the defense, but no dice there. And now screen called for Yoshigahara. Forced to pull up from 3. Difficult shot, but Luka crashes the board for the second chance. Won't miss there. A 9-1 run last 3 minutes. Okay, 9-3 after that. Hey, yeah, Bikers, though, timeout immediately after.
Yeah, Bikers really want to get a quick timeout there as
starters.
Clark able to go ahead and shut that down as Lawyer able to go ahead and get the quick cleanup, trying to quiet the crowd as fast as possible. And as you said, a lot of the starters are coming in for the Bikers.
And Lorraine, obviously, Treshawn's not in there. Big shot coming in from the GOAT from the free throw line, keeping it at 6. Now, still plenty of time for both teams to pull away or try and close this gap as Wolfgang also still on the floor. Screen from Silvius, not able to get anything open. Instead, Lawyer, shot clock a problem, forces to pull up from mid-range. Luka, another putback from the rookie.
Yeah,
career game for him, honestly.
Yeah, if this sweep happens, you got to give Luka the props for doing what he needs to do within the paint. And Mora not able to get the 3. River with the board. And now Luka attacking right back in the basket, but this time it's no good.
And Che-Wan, fast break. He's faster than you give him credit for when he gets going. And the Martin's able to lay it up and in, keeping it at 6 here with under 6 minutes left to go in this pivotal game 4. Elimination, or do we continue the series in Dakota? I'm sure Dakota fans are in a bit of a pickle here. I'm sure they'd like to see the Bikers win it at home. However, you also want to see them sweep it. Oh, free throws good from Luka.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of the ending of this game, as a Bikers fan, you're not as stressing as much compared to a Firestorm fan as right now. The Bikers trying to get something going, but Luka not able to get that putback in. And so the Storm doing whatever they can to stay ahead of the game. And Coyote looking to answer back, but gets rejected.
I'm not even sure.
Collapsing.
Yeah, I'm not even sure which of the 3 did it, but all 3 defenders were there to help out. No foul called either, so I'll have to see what the statisticians say at the end regarding who got that block. Is Valerio for 3. Still struggling. Oh, Silvius with the offensive board and a foul. We'll send him to the line for 2 as a chance to pull it back to within 1 possession here, as both are good.
Yep, Silvius with 35 points now in this game. And right now, as the Firestorm, you have to do whatever you need to do to probably contain him. As now Mora. And over to Coyote. Will get the screen. Will pop up on the free throw, but it's not going to be good. And so now the Bikers have a chance to possibly tie it or, in fact, take the lead.
And Luka's
right now, the rookie.
Yeah, Luka needs to pass it out. Stop trying to take it yourself. Burn the entire shot clock on this ISO play. And now what's River going to do? Just have to give it to someone and hope they can make something out of it. And Silvius getting rejected by Coyote as Luka was a bit too tunnel visioned as Che-Wan fast break on the other end answers the bucket.
Yeah, that might have been that might have been like the rookie jitters coming in at play, trying to take control of the game when it's not necessarily needed when you have plenty of shooters along the perimeter.
Well, not even just like getting a play, like sure, if the play's designed to get you open, we'll go with it. But right there, it was more of, okay, I'm going to be the hero. And River, second chance opportunity, pulls back, but rejected by Che-Wan.
Che-Wan doing whatever he needs to do to make sure that we get at least 1 on the board. And Che-Wan go ahead and pass it over to Tanpa, who gets the easy shot in the mid-ranger.
3 minutes left to go. 6-point game here still. The Bikers trying to do something as the screen gets Lawyer wide open. No defender around. Lays it up and in with the finger roll.
And they need more plays like that if they want to be able to perhaps sneak away with one here.
Well, I mean, not sneak away with one. Take it away and to lift the trophy, Bikers. Is Mora. No 3. Che-Wan, the putback, though. He will not be denied. I think he's trying to prove player of the game for the Firestorm. There'll be a spin move. Gives it to the rookie. Fouled from behind. 4th foul now for Mora.
Yeah, but you're not worried too much with only a couple of minutes left here in the fourth quarter. I still think that aggressiveness needs to come out, and the second one is going to be missed. A very key one here is the Storm up by 5 with the rock. Kyoto trying to go tit for tat against Sylvius. Not a lot of time on the shot clock, though. And it will be a 5 seconds back to the basket call, and it will be going over to the Bikers to have a chance to cut it within a single possession.
Yeah, that's not a common foul called, but also not a common situation where a player gets so stuck into the back down. Of course, they're going to go to the rookie who's feeling it definitely. I mean, hey, if they have a design play, it's working, go for it. But again, don't necessarily try to feel like you have to play hero ball. As Mora not able to convert, and here we go, a chance to tie it with 90 seconds to go. Lawyer, fast break, and he dunks it down with a tomahawk dunk. In the fast break, the Meerkat elevates for a poster-worthy dunk.
Yeah, wild dunk there from Lawyer. You don't really see him do that often in the game, and what else have to do it in the finals? And speaking of, Sylvius with a huge block.
And the Bikers a chance. They had a 6-point deficit. Now an opportunity to retake a lead with only a minute to go, and it's Sylvius off the glass in the paint. 67 seconds left. Lorraine, you might have just had your hopes dashed. How do you answer after those heartbreaking possessions? Kyoto, careful, don't get another turnover.
Ooh. And Kyoto able to go ahead and answer right back, taking the lead back over to the Firestorm, and the Bikers will call a timeout here. They only have one left with 50 seconds, and there is a lot to talk about with both of these sides going tit for tat, but you got to give credit where credit is due for the Firestorm. After nearly almost choking it away after the past couple of possessions, Kyoto able to answer back to give that lead back over on the Firestorm side.
Yeah, and I don't hate the timeout here for the Bikers. You have 24 seconds. Use as much of it as you need to get a shot. You need a basket. It's not about clock management so much, because you know Lorraine is going to get a second opportunity. They're going to get an opportunity no matter what. It is about getting a play drawn up that gets you a basket. I see, Valerio not able to hit the open three. They're still going to him. They still trusted him to hit the shot, as Chaewon can't convert. Bikers, there's still too much time on the clock to ice it out. And Valerio.
Right now, Valerio. And right now, Valerio not being able to come into clutch here. And it looks like we may see it end right here if a shot is made for Kyoto. Kyoto will draw the foul against Sylvius. First personal of the game, but at the worst moment.
Yeah, but it does leave 10 seconds. So they have a timeout. They're going to bring the ball up. Down by 3. And one of the best three-point teams. Can they tie it here?
Yeah, but the biggest problem here is right now, outside of Sylvius, Lawyer and Valerio have been awfully quiet offensively. So you would have to imagine that the ball's going to end up going to be with the Weasel by the end of it.
So so you double team Sylvius and say, I dare you to hit the shot from anyone else?
I mean, at this point, yes. I would say so.
Yeah, it should be River inbounding, though, if they want to have the most three-point opportunities, because Luka has had a hot paw from the paint. No, they're going to have Luka be the one to inbound it. Be careful. They might actually dish it back to him. They do!
They will, and Luka
hits the three!
Oh, my God!
Oh, that play design. I called it that the one fur you may not have expected to get the ball as the inbounder. They give it to Lawyer, and Lawyer dishes it back, and there's just a miscommunication. But they left way too much time on the clock, Marcus.
They did, and so it's going to be one more defensive stance. The Firestorm did call timeout to advance the ball. 3 seconds left. Kyoto looking to go for a basket, and it's no good. We are going to overtime.
Yeah, in overtime, I was not expecting. Like I expected Sylvius to get that three to try and hit it, and they were going to double team him. But I think Dupree knew what he wanted to go with. He wanted to go with the hot rookie. and trusted him to hit a 3 at the pivotal moment. Poor Luka. You're like, okay, kid, I know this is your first finals. We're about to be resulting in our first loss of the series, but I want you to hit the 3 to push us to overtime. Good luck.
Yeah, right now, both teams not able to make their first baskets within overtime. And this is what you expect to see from Lorraine, not backing down from a fight, but huge 3, not going to be able to go down here. They are fighting for their lives at this moment as the Bikers looking to possibly take the lead for the first time since really the past couple of minutes.
Hey, they had a lead earlier. It just didn't work out. They're going to go to Luka, who is feeling it. Dish from Silvius.
And now everyone's heart is probably beating like crazy here in Lorain, Ohio, as they're looking for some kind of answer here offensively. And Edwin able to weave by the defenders and able to lay it up and in to tie it back up.
Keep an eye on Luka. I think they might have to start double teaming him down the paint. Like I know we were talking about River and Lawyer. There we go, inside the 3-point line. Any basket from him and Valerio is, you're going to count it as a bit of a blessing here, as they need points. It's rejected by the rookie.
Yeah, and right now it looks like Dakota having all the advantages in the world, but this time a miss there on the other end. Grega going for a 3, and it is much needed as Lorraine takes the lead.
23 points from Edwin. All the points in the overtime thus far coming from the Goose. You hear the crowd. They are going. They know 5-minute quarters is nothing in overtime.
No, not at all, as Luka not able to lay it up and in. Mora with the rebound. And Taiwan, we've been calling their name all night as Grega tries to lay it up but gets fouled against River. So Edwin making the first one. These are very key free throws, and they're both are going to be made. So far, all points going over to the Goose.
And hey, I wouldn't be surprised if we see the Bikers. I'll say the Bikers might go for a 3-play here. Question is, which of them?
But right now it looks like River wants to go 1-on-1 against Taiwan. These two have been going tit for tat this entire night, but this time, Taiwan will get the better of it.
This is the loudest the crowd has been. A foul. We're going to see the Martin head to the line for 2. Or sorry, not Martin, the Goose. Again, all the points coming from Griga, and they are definitely chanting about player of the game for Griga after this performance in overtime. 9 points coming from the Goose. Silvius trying to attack the paint. They need something. 5-point deficit here with 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, they really need some answer here, and can Silvius be the one to give it? And it will be the case there.
Almost 40 points now, as you mentioned. On track, potentially, if he can get one more basket to fall.
Yeah, but I think that really wouldn't matter. All they want is a win, and Silvius with a huge block there, but Kyoto recollects it and will still finish strong.
A 3, I think, needs to happen the next possession or 2 for the Bikers. Obviously, you want to go for those high field goal shots. Silvius trying to put on the moves to get in the paint. Blocked! Knocked to the floor, too!
Yep, and now, Taiwan wide open for 3, and that might be the dagger!
An 8-point game. 5 last play to Luka to at least get a quick basket in transition.
Much needed bucket there.
Stops. They need stops.
Dakota needs to stop. They have to stop here, or else that's probably going to be it. With only a minute left, Kyoto, this is Moore, who's wide open for 3, but that is definitely not her shot.
Not tonight, at least. She's hit it sometimes. A Lawyer, he turns on the extra gear for a dunk. Still a 4-point game, though.
Still a 4-point game. They need to get a stop here in order to go ahead and potentially try and end it right here, but Lawyer gets called for the foul. It's not a shooting foul, though, so it will stay with the Firestorm.
And it doesn't reset the shot clock.
Double team. Mora, long 2, and it's good.
Yeah, and you see the Bikers now timeout. Obviously, they're going to have 2 possessions still. If they can get a 3 off, Then they stop, and then another 3, we could have a double overtime situation. But it is
Oh, if
a
we did.
very limited opportunities they have.
Yeah, it's a very small percentage of it happening. But this time, Sylvia going for the mid-ranger, which is a little bit surprising there, considering how much time they have left. But they get a quick basket nonetheless. And right now, Firestorm just needs to hold it. Ooh, the ball almost getting stolen.
Double
and that
teams.
could have been a prayer answered. But right now,
see the double teams, Marcus. They keep sending the double teams over there, trying to make them pull up. Aura has been a bit cold, misses the shot, an immediate timeout. But here's the problem: 4-point game. What do you do here? Do you go for the 2 and then foul and then hope they miss a free throw, or do you go for the 3 and then foul and try and hope they miss?
I mean, at this point, they will have to go for something. Not a lot of time. They have Lawyer for 3, and it's good.
Oh, big clutch, but now they have to foul if they don't get this inbound. They're going to try and double team most likely on the inbound.
Most likely. And right now, Kyoto will get the rock, and they will foul her.
No timeouts, though. That's the problem. Okay, it is a 2-point game, Marcus. A 3-point game, no timeouts. They have to bring the ball up the court.
Yeah, they have to dish it over to one of their 3s. Lawyer going for 3, and it's going to be in and out. Lorraine Firestorm has survived.
Barely. Lawyer hit that 3 just 10 seconds before. Not able to hit the second opportunity at it. And with that, the Firestorm pulled out, winning 140-136 at home. And oh my lord, 33 points between Topo and Chaewon. Riga with 27, 10 of which came in overtime.
Yeah, a lot. You have to give credit where credit is due to Edwin stepping up. But I will have to say, if anyone gets player of the game, it has to be Chaewon. The most efficient player on the Firestorm throughout the entirety of the game. And with that, the Firestorm will have one more trip over to Dakota, hoping to get another one if they're able to bring it back over to here in Lorraine.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Silvius and Luca both almost putting up 40 points tonight. Not able. They tried to carry the team on the back. They tried to close out this series. Wasn't enough in the end. And Lorraine, I mean, obviously, you're going to have some adrenaline after this game, but it was so close to being over here.
Yeah, super duper close. There were a lot of moments where the Bikers could have possibly able to sweep this up and grab the brooms, but that's not going to be the case. We are now guaranteed to go back to Dakota, and after that, what can you really say here for the Bikers? Because yes, you do have another opportunity to close it out at home, but after a loss like that, that is momentum changing.
It is. I mean, they're gonna, the players, Dupree, and the post game conference. I'm sure they're gonna phrase it as, this just shows how close we are to win. That we were able to, push it to overtime on the road and win game 3 as well. That they still are gonna try and posture and feel confident that, hey, we just had 1 or 2 bad bounces go our way. Valerio hits any of those shots that he struggled with tonight, and this game goes the Bikers' way. They're gonna feel like they're going to at least try and convince themselves that they were that close to winning here, and they need to keep that confidence going forward. But for Lorraine, they're the ones who legitimately are going to have the confidence. They held on. Again, they had a big lead. They gave it up, but they ended up surviving overtime by how close they were to going to double overtime.
No, for real. And that's something you have to pretty much put into consideration for this game. There were a couple of players who usually have been very well for the Bikers within this series that were very, very cold. Valerio in particular, very surprising game from him in not being able to try and have a strong showing to perhaps push the Bikers into taking care of things and not having to go back home. But now it's all said and done. I'm very excited to see what happens in the game number 5 as we head back over to Dakota. Can the Bikers get this done, or will Lorraine have another breath of life to potentially bring this back home, and we might have a completely different tune to how this plays out.
Yes, I mean, hey, if they were down 3-0, if they can push us to 3-3, that would be historic in its own right. At that point, I would be very afraid for the Bikers going home at Game 7 after giving up 3 in a row. But hey, Lorraine was able to turn the tides here, and you have to wonder, what are the Bikers going to do to stop that momentum in game number 5? Uh, Marcus, has been great having you in the booth.
Yeah, for sure. And again, very excited to see how this plays out. Remember, it's not over until the fat lady sings, and that is certainly a huge example here in Lorraine. And I can't wait to see how things go as we head back to Dakota.
Yes, I hope you all tune in, and we will see you next time. Have a good night.
See ya.